All right, so hello everybody, by which I mean maybe someone. This is the Crystal Tomb. I am GM kcStranger. Last time, the party was looking out for a few persons they'd been tracking to try to get the Scepter of Command, an evil artifact that basically offers the power of mind control, the ability to issue an unbreakable command. Sound like Code Geass, anyone? They were on the lookout for a human and a red dragonborn, and a sailor on Lana's ship ran up to them and said, "Well, I didn't see either of those, but I did see this suspicious dwarf." And they said, "That must be the one," and immediately ran to go catch him. As it turns out, due to a clutch silence from Fowlin, which, guys, I didn't even tell everyone this last time, but Fowlin's silence completely wrecked that entire combat. Like, right after he did that, the Dragonborn was, like, holding his action to unleash the Scepter of Command on all of you, and he literally couldn't do anything after Fowlin dropped the silence. So anyways, nice hard carry. Yeah, so they
The
actually...
Dragonborn should have learned from Haleo. We don't hold our turns.
If there's one lesson that we learned from this game. Oh, gosh. So they did. Thereafter managed to take both of them captive. The human seemed pretty cooperative, if guarded. Told them that he and his companion, whose name is in chat, Ertazun, were in fact members of the Ashal. They retrieved the Scepter of Command off of them and wound up taking them prisoner on Lana's ship, which then sailed back over to the east side of the city. The party got some sleep. Fowlin had an interesting dream. And in the morning, they were surprised to see Kane alive. There was some suspicion about whether it was really him. I mean, it was kind of obvious metagaming because it was actually Kyrian talking, but I appreciate the suspicion and the devotion to character all the same. He did enough Kane-like things to convince the party that it was indeed him. And afterwards, they started talking with Lana about next steps. Lana suggested that she might take a trip to the Feywild to try to investigate means of destroying the scepter, while the rest of them might go on the errand that they originally came on, which was to head down to the Tower of Innis. And that's basically where we left it. So as we pick up, you're all sitting in Lana's office, or in Lana's quarters, and she thinks for a moment about everything that's been said, and then says to you all, okay, so you said you were going to the Tower of Innis, is that right?
We have work up that way. That's correct.
Okay, I was just thinking about our prisoners. That might actually be a good long-term solution for them. The tower has some fairly substantial resources, and I think they're fairly trustworthy in something like that.
Well, we'd have to talk to Anya.
Does she have anything to do with the two that you captured?
Okay, I guess I'll talk. No, I don't believe so. She's related to the tower, right? I'm not making that up.
I see. Yeah, she is a paladin of Innis. Okay, well, very well then. So, in the meantime, if you were looking to question the prisoners at all, then that could be done. Also, should we fetch this Anya?
Yeah, I think that we told her that we'd contact her in a few days to head to the Tower of Venice. Would you mind holding the prisoners here while we find her?
Not at all.
Okay.
Will you be off right away then?
Back in a jiff.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. I have no other errands on the boat, so might as well get moving. The faster we get these two to the Tower of Venice, the safer I'll feel.
Sounds good to me.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
She looks at you and actually, let me see here. She flashes a rather genuine seeming smile and says, "Thanks."
Awesome.
All right. So you exit her office. As you exit, you see one of the crew members come up onto the ship and come over to talk to Lana. Do you want to casually listen in on what he says to her, or do you just want to sort of walk away?
I'm good on walking away, but everyone else might have other ideas.
Let's go.
Since you asked. Okay, let's listen. Why? I don't know why I would have said it unless there was something to listen to.
No, so, as you're walking away, he's speaking like in a low register, but not whispering or anything. Well, let me think. Wait a minute. Okay, this is my brain blanking as soon as I try to come up with a name.
See, you shouldn't have tried to listen, man. You should have just left.
How are you doing this morning,
what?
Samuel?
Actually, here's what I'm gonna do, just for fun.
No, I just did it for you, Casey.
So, no, I finally came up with a name. So as you're walking away, you hear the man say, "Yeah, Kyrian never came back from last night. We're gonna start looking for him, but we think something may have happened."
Nice.
All right. It's a memorable name, and I hope to never have to use it again anyway. So, all right. So yeah, you gather from this that something may have happened to one of the men who went out last night while you were keeping an eye out for the two that you captured. Okay. So yeah, you walk down. Now the address that you have for Anya is sort of over this direction. So what, are you just looking to walk this way where the crossing used to be? Do you have some other idea about how you want to get there?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Even though
So yeah, you walk along the dock for a little ways. As you get to around this area, you do notice a building that has a sign outside of it, basically advertising that it's in business. As you look at the sign, you recognize that it is actually a transportation service, if you will, claiming to be able to offer instant transport to a variety of cities across Einangren. Do you want to investigate any further, or you just continue?
Do I know about this business? Is this new?
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check. To your knowledge. Last you knew, the fastest way to get anywhere was the airship that you took here.
Well, this seems promising.
Yeah, I think it. Let's check it out.
Yeah, well, we go inside the business.
Okay. So you go inside. There is actually a sort of middle-aged male gnome standing on a desk. Based on how high he is, you think he must be on a box of some kind. But as you walk in, he says, "Hello, good sirs. Can I be of service?"
You offer transport to the Tower of Innis.
No, not to there. We have a list of the destinations that we offer right here. And he points to a list on to the side of the desk. You do see most of the larger cities named there. Although you notice that, well, actually, wait. Yeah, you do notice that that Sigil. No, is it Sigil or Siren? Siren. I always get the two mixed up. I made those names too similar.
Can you post the list for us too?
I do not actually have the list written. So
Okay.
That being said, jump to the world map real quick.
World map.
Yeah, so like what? Akio would definitely be on there. The cities in the Halfling territory would be there. The Gnome cities would be there. Tindas would be on there. Otbine is on there, as is Balga. All the cities in the human territory. You notice that Siren has or actually no, Balga's not on there. My bad. You notice that Siren has sort of an X by it. It's been sort of struck off the list.
Ooh. Which one was Siren?
That one by the
capital
lake.
City.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So yeah, don't like what I just said. That's me making it up right now. So if you're interested in any place in particular, you can make sure. But that's sort of the basic idea. Like sort of a city each in the Dragonborn and Dwarf territories. Most places in Halfling, Human, Gnome territory. Tindas.
How much does it cost to travel between 2 points?
Says 50 gold a person.
For any two, it doesn't matter which ones.
Not at all.
What's the mode of travel?
Teleportation circle. Just recently legalized.
Why is Siren not available?
Oh, well, I don't know most of the details, but it sounds like there's been some dark events there, let's say, recently.
So was it crossed off for the people of Siren or for everybody else?
The connections to Siren have been suspended, except for official use. So both directions.
Okay, well, if you ever add a Tower of Innis route, let me know.
Okay, that being said, and actually let me double check something. Yes. The business does not have our business does not have presence at that particular location. But if we ever add it, certainly hope to make use of it.
Okay. I guess can anyone have any questions?
Oh,
Okay, so y'all just leave.
Yeah.
I wasn't really interested in the first place.
Okay, so yeah, so you sort of head away, and get from where you are, which was about there at the base of the arrow, to where the crossing used to be. And now you instead find sort of one of those temporary drawbridges that was over the top gate, as well as a guard station that's been set up. And As you walk up, the guard sort of, barks at you from his station. Says, "All right, name yourselves and your business."
I am Alistair Redthorn Jr., and I am seeking to cross to Precinct West to locate a friend of mine, a paladin of Innis.
And the rest of you?
We're with him.
I need to write down your names. We're monitoring everyone going back and forth to the west side.
My name is Johan Redthorn. Or is it Red Mountain?
Red Mountain.
My name is Johan Red Mountain.
I mean, you can be Alistair's brother, who's definitely not a popular figure of the city, maybe.
And these are
Sheep.
some elves.
Oh,
I'm Johan Red Mountain, friend of the family Redthorn. And these are some elves.
I like to think that Fallon started with Alistair or with Johan Redthorn and then ended up on Red Mountain. It was just saying all this in front of the guard.
Sorry.
he just sort of lazily looks over at the two elves at this point.
I don't have the heart for this.
You don't have the heart to speak your name.
I'll wait for you. It's okay.
It's been a hard few days for us, so please forgive my friends.
He lost his best friend Matilda recently, and he's taking it pretty hard. He's not one for conversation.
Common story these days.
We were on the west side when all of that went down. Just looking to find our friends so we can take a few prisoners to the Tower of Innis and try and keep Dale's Harbor safe once again.
Right, sure. As soon as I get these two's names, you can go.
Aleo Coranda. There we go.
All right. That was a C or a K.
C.
All right. And you?
I'm Colleen Lurea. Pleasure.
All right. And he jots a few things down. All right. I'll just need 2 forms of identification and your fingerprint. I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
But I have identification papers. I'm so good.
Oh, actually, you do. I forgot.
How about we all just kind of
Pedigree.
try to walk past and let Colleen provide her identification?
Ignore the blue guy.
My wonderful scroll of pedigree.
I mean, do you present it?
Yeah, I have no social understanding.
Okay, he looks at it, and you see his eyebrows rise up, and he was about to ask Kane who the heck he was, but seeing your scroll, he was down. It's like, Miss Lurea, I see. You and your companions are free to go.
What? Thank you.
My apologies for any offense. All right, Kyrian, are you in?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so just to give you a quick recap, you and your party left Lana's boat. You found an interesting new business. If you look at the screen right about here. Come on, ping. Here. See that ping? Okay. Which basically was advertising allowing transport between the cities, a number of cities in Anagru, not where you're going, incidentally, but via teleportation circle. And then, which was not actually legal until very recently, it seems. Then you went on to the crossing, and now you're just getting across the crossing. So you go through the crossing, you get onto the west side. As it was when you left it, it is pretty messed up. There are a number of charred buildings. one or two you walk past have actually burned down completely, although most of it seems intact. You can see people sort of starting to return to the street. You see some people cleaning up after the disaster. And you make your way into Precinct West to about, yeah, probably around here to the address that Anya gave you. And you come up to an inn called the Cleft in the Rock Inn. The building itself is fairly nondescript, just sort of relatively small for something identifying as an inn, although as you walk up, you can see that the bottom floor of it is dominated by a large restaurant with just simple wooden chairs and tables. I assume you're going inside.
Sounds like we should.
So as you walk in, you see behind the bar is a rather burly dwarf, you know, all the typical dwarf stuff, like, you know, big beard, wearing sort of a bit of a small green cap, just washing out a glass. And otherwise, the building is, the room seems fairly empty at this point. And as you come in, he says, "Hi, how can I be of service? Would you like something to eat?"
Do you happen to have any apple blossoms? For some reason, I can't stop thinking about them.
Apple blossoms. Not exactly my specialty, but I'm familiar with the dish. I could try to whip some up if you wanted a special order.
Good man.
I would also support this gesture.
Okay. Will cost a little extra, considering it's not normally on the table.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll get started on that. In the meantime, can I get you all anything to drink?
Well, I'm sure we'll do a round of ale, but beforehand, I was also wondering, is Lady Anya staying here still?
Oh, you're friends of Anya?
Yes.
Oh, well, let me go fetch her then.
Gonna need an extra apple blossom now that I think about it.
Sure. Just a second. And he disappears behind the doors. About 30 seconds later, he comes down and says, "She'll be right here." And then he disappears into the kitchen. And about another 30 seconds later, Anya steps down. And seeing you all, she sort of trots over to you. Colleen, she gives you a hug.
Yeah.
And looking around, she says, "Oh, it's so good to see you all. The last few days have been crazy. What have you been doing? What's been happening?"
Well,
And then
Not much, this usual.
she looks a little bit closer and says, "Wait, where's Johan?"
That's a great question, guys.
I
Where's
go hide
Johan?
behind Fallon.
There was a floor monster that zapped him pretty good, and he kind of disappeared.
By zap, he means 8.
I saw it as a bit of a zap.
I mean,
So-
it went in his mouth and then disappeared.
There was a big flash of light, which is probably where he's getting that from.
We may have put a stop to all of the nonsense that was happening over here. And Johan may not have made it through.
You know,
I
clean,
don't know
got
how-
blood everywhere.
How specific we want to be in a place like this, but
Throwing her under the bus, man.
we're not
Might-
sure.
might have
That is
activated the
private
seal.
business. That is none of your concern.
There was a bit of a battle, and there was some sort of ritual we interrupted
Ritual.
that didn't really get interrupted.
It seems
And-
the blood kind of activated something. Like things started glowing when the blood started pooling.
Okay, this is all going really fast, but let me pause you on one point. You interrupted somebody's ritual.
You remember those
Cultists are
Sheena
shit.
folks?
Yes.
I show her my necklace
Okay.
of necklaces.
Oh, you ran into more of them.
Yeah,
can
there was
see.
one. Alistair killed
Yeah.
him though, so we couldn't really ask him any questions.
Okay, so they were behind the zombies then?
It would appear so.
Okay, I mean, understand, I'm aware of that myself. I've been holed up here this entire time with actually, and as she's speaking, you hear the doors swing open again, and a familiar young, thin, rather studious-looking elf comes through, and you recognize that it's Hanil.
Oh.
And who's Hanil? He was the guy who was originally part of Kane and Johann's backstory. Like, so they met up with him at Rampart.
I said, hey, buddy.
And you were underground with him as well. Yeah, that guy.
Spent lots of time with him. Yeah, a guy we probably should remember. Hi, buddy.
Yeah.
Might have been before I started taking notes. Sorry.
So he says, "Welcome to the Cleft in the Rock Inn. It's been a long few days, but good to see you all." And then you see him double take as well, and he says, "Wait, is Johann with you all?" And then you see Anya turn back to him and sort of shake her head, and she says, "Floor monster." And he's like, "Floor monster?"
There was a ritual and a big old seal, then Kling got blood on it, and this big monster appeared and ate Johann.
I excused myself real quick to go get a round of drinks from the bar.
Okay.
Because he never brought them to us.
How have you been, Hanel?
Good point.
BRB.
And actually, so Hanel actually points you to exactly where the tap is and where the glasses are that you can use. So he seems fairly familiar here, actually. Did you just say, "How are you, Hanel"? Is that what you said?
So how you been doing?
What
you been up to, man?
Well, I've been here mostly. This is actually where I live. I help at this particular inn.
You're from Dale's Harbor, too? That's cool, man.
Are you high?
I'm just very, excited to just, be around.
Oh. Okay.
For some heavy shit last couple of days. I'm feeling pretty jazzed.
He sort of furrows his eyebrows and takes a close look at you, but then he nods in what seems to be approval and says, "Well then, all right. Yes. Anya and I have just been holed up here. We took in some people off the street and we're fending off zombies this entire time. Now, I think you were about to explain something about a ritual?"
Oh yeah, so these cultists were doing this ritual. We interrupted the ritual. But then, blood got everywhere. And then this floor monster appeared. It, grabbed everybody. Then it ate Johann and disappeared.
Wait, what?
It ate Johann and disappeared in a flash of light. I was very upset. Everyone just kind of went.
I don't know if it was an eating necessarily.
It went in his mouth, and then the thing disappeared in a flash of light.
Well, it wasn't real. It didn't have a mouth.
Then where the hell did Johann go?
I don't know that, but it was an illusion, most of the beast.
Picked up Johann.
Okay. So
How does an illusion go?
let's take this one step at a time. Anya steps in and says, "Okay, so we think it was the cultists of Sheena again." He says, "Right, so this ritual were there any kind of ritual objects or an altar or a circle of any kind?"
There was a big pile of bones with a lot of blood, and
Did anyone draw the circle, on a piece of paper or anything before we left? Did I do that?
He most certainly did
Was that
not.
a Steve Urkel
I
quote?
was thinking of doing it and didn't do it. Oh,
By the way, somebody has a lot of static, so just
It's Kyrian.
yeah, keep that in mind.
Also, Stalker's talking with nobody listening. Yep.
Oh, I didn't hear him say anything actually.
is that better or worse?
I mean,
Better.
so far no static. Did you say something? Hello?
Nothing, but I was making fun of Kane.
Oh, okay.
See, it's important. We need.
Okay, so there was a circle. Did you recognize the symbolism at all?
It seemed pretty evil.
Sounds like a safe bet based on what you're telling me.
We were in rough shape after the fight. We didn't take a lot of time to take in the sights.
Even though we want Johan get eaten by something.
Fallon, was it not similar to the other symbols from the shack in the woods that one time?
Didn't we talk about that? I thought you noticed that.
I'm pretty sure it was a very similar sort of shape.
And Anya sort of leans back and says, interesting. That I wonder, and she looks back over at Hano, says, do you think it could be connected with any of what we explored while we were underground? It doesn't seem like any symbol of Sheena that I'm aware of. And he says, maybe. Hard to tell exactly what we're dealing with, but... And he sort of nods. Perhaps something else controlling the cultists?
Well, and that brings us to our second point. We have a few prisoners we'd like to bring with us to the Tower of Innis.
And Anya looks at you and says, oh, prisoners?
We
Who's
didn't
that?
kill them?
I'm
There are
sorry?
a couple of ash holes. Sorry, that was a
Yeah.
terrible joke. Go ahead, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I get up while Johan's making his joke. Or not Johan, Valen's making his joke to get another drink.
So, okay, fine. I say, look, there was a dragon born and a human, and they could turn invisible and shape shift, and they had the. Did we tell her about the thing?
I think she's the only person I did not tell.
Wow, what an occasion.
Shit, man.
Hey, thank God you went to go get a drink. And they were up to no good.
Okay.
The end.
Well, where are you holding these people?
They're being held aboard the Silver Triton right now.
On a boat.
Oh, your sister's ship. Okay.
Yes. They're very dangerous, though. One is some sort of sorcerer or wizard, arcane caster. The other seems to be very good with knives.
Okay. Well, offhand, I mean, I can't guarantee anything, but offhand, taking them to the tower actually seems like a good idea. So, I'm in, I suppose.
Okay.
We haven't ruled out their involvement with the cult of Sheena. They didn't claim anything, but their arrival was nothing really short of coincidental.
Didn't that one guy though? Sorry, not in-game talking. Pretty much said that they were part of the Ashal.
They are part of the Ashal, but we don't know if what the Ashal and Sheena might have to do with each other.
Okay, but we haven't told them that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Also, no, we don't know if anyone knows who the Ashal is, but us.
So fine. Have you heard of the Ashal?
Okay, Anya stops and thinks for a moment. Says, can't say that I do. And she looks over at Hano and he sort of shrugs.
Alright, it's not important.
Okay.
And then so I'll say, well, it sounds like these two fellas were working for them.
Interesting.
Yes. The cult of Ashal is actually a cult centered on the mainland outside of Anangarun. These two men came in and they were planning on going back.
Oh, how did... Okay, first of all, how did you come to know about this? And second of all, why did you stop them? How did they get here? I don't know. I have so many questions, and maybe you don't want to tell me everything right now, and that's fine. But I
Oh
am
no,
very
no,
curious.
it's fine. One of them was basically a defector and kind of led us to him, and then we happened across them. A guard gave us a report of seeing something suspicious. We chased him down, stopped him.
Okay. Hmm. Well, offhand though, yes. We can talk more about it later. I imagine you probably want to get sailing, right?
Yes, the quicker we can put them away under stronger
What
lock
time
and
is
key.
Okay, very well then. Give me a few minutes. I'll go gather up my things.
It would be like 10 a.m. probably, Kyrian.
Oh, okay. 10 a.m.
10, 11 maybe.
Yeah, something like that. It's like getting close to noon,
Yeah.
perhaps. So yeah, so Anya excuses herself to go pack up. And then you see the dwarf from before actually opens up the door and walks out briefly and says from it, "All right, I got your apple blossoms coming along. Would you like any lunch to go with that?"
Um,
What do you mean lunch to go along with that? Apple blossoms are all you need.
I'll take any kind of bird you might have.
Okay. He,
You got some bacon?
as a matter of fact, yes.
I'll take some bacon.
All right. All right. So he disappears again. Everybody, how do I want to call this? Deduct a gold and 5 silver for, or actually no. Deduct 1 gold, 2 silver for your meal. And a short while later, he comes back out and gives you all food. Hano eats along with you. It is rather solid tavern fare, is what I will call it. The apple blossoms are not quite as good as the ones Glean made, but they're a pretty good effort, all things considered.
Delicious.
Didn't say mine were delicious.
These are the best apple blossoms I've ever had.
I hate everything.
So I'll offer one to Anya.
Okay, yeah, and Anya does come back after, several minutes of sort of packing up, and she eats along with you. While you're there, Hanel and Anya do fill you in on sort of the tavern, what they've been doing. Basically, you learn that Hanel, this is where he lives. He serves at this tavern. He tells you the story of how he was actually traveling to Otbine in the Dwarf territory when he met the brother of the owner who sent him here. You learn that the tavern itself is something of a charity operation. It makes some money on the restaurant, but then it uses that money to basically act as a homeless shelter. And yeah, so basically Hanel tells you that after the little adventure that you guys had, he's started to settle back in here. Of course, when undead rose up and started attacking everything, it became more of a bunker. All right, so you finish up your meal, and Anya looks at the rest of you and says, "Well, shall we be going then?"
Yes.
All right. So you all finish up and head out. You walk back across the city and get back to Lana's ship. It's now early afternoon. Well, actually, let me not narrate past. Does anyone have anything that any errands that you would like to run, or anything in particular you'd like to do in the city before you
I
look
would
to
like
leave?
to give all of my party members
Cash.
92 gold.
Okay. Everyone, you can add 9 platinum, 2 gold. Call it.
Whoa! Is this hush money?
What is this for, Kane?
This is for the ruby.
The cursed ruby.
Yes.
As long as it didn't transfer to the gold, I'm okay with this.
Oh, that's. I guess. Thank you. It's been quite a while. I kind of forgot about that thing.
Yes, I kept forgetting to.
I would like to find a store that sells
Thank you.
magic scrolls.
I mean,
Got money, got money. Go
do you
spend.
want to
There's
suggest a shopping trip before you guys leave?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone want to go with Colleen on her shopping trip?
well, to Jato, to Alistar, from what he was saying before, about the ruby. Yeah, this isn't everything. I still owe you guys for your shares of the brother ruby. I just figured to go ahead and give you this.
I appreciate it. Maybe we can make good use of it for the
Shopping trip.
for the trip
I would
ahead.
go shopping, but I have 0 money now.
Yeah, well, I'll buy you something nice while I'm shopping.
Okay. Also, Casey, how much did I get for the ruby again? Like total? I keep forgetting.
You got 100 platinum, I think.
100 platinum.
Yeah.
So 100 platinum split 6 ways.
It's about 15, 16 platinum each.
Yeah, so you gave them a little over half of what would have been their share.
All right, so I owe you guys another like 10 platinum.
More like
7 or 8 platinum.
I owe you guys
yeah,
another
more
8
like
platinum.
7. Okay. So I want to make sure you're not I will go ahead and do this, Grace, and make sure you're not forgetting, Kane, that you don't have most of the stuff that you had before.
Oh yes. What don't I have?
Almost everything. So if
I have to give it back.
No, so if you look at your character sheet, I have some things that I put stars by. So that would be the bangle, your armor, and actually I'm just going to go ahead and say that the rest of Kane's like magical items that you returned, with the exception of the cloak, which is still wrapped around Gamork.
Oh shit! Yo, Colin, I didn't get my cloak back though.
I look at Kane and say, "You can try."
I would go take the cloak off Gamork now.
Give me an animal handling check. You are at
I'm
Gamork.
good at those.
you are at
Take
-4 on this.
Oh fuck, I'm not good at those anymore.
Your other option is just to kill the Gamork and then take
Oh fuck.
Okay. You reach out towards the cloak, towards Gamork, to get the cloak, and as you reach for it, you just hear this growl.
Don't make me new to you. Give me my cloak.
Do you still want to take it?
Fallon?
And like, I'm not his boss. I can't make him give you anything.
I'll do it.
So Fallon smiles what does not appear to be a happy smile, the scariest smile you can think of, and he says, "And I will return the favor."
Give me my cloak.
I'm working on it.
Right? No, now. I want my cloak back
so
now.
Fallon, I'm going to let you narrate this next part.
So I say, all right, I'll try to work it out right now. I'll say, "Hey, Gwork, Kane here says that he has some bacon, and did you eat all that bacon?"
I haven't eaten the bacon yet. I'm saving it for lunch.
He has some bacon, and he would gladly trade it to you for that ugly old cloak that you won't get rid of.
Okay.
And Gmork looks at Kane and starts sniffing at him like, "Prove it. Show me the bacon."
Was any of that out loud? Or was
Yeah,
it
it's
all
all
out
out
loud?
loud.
Oh, I thought I had like some telepathic thing going on. All right.
Nope.
Fine. Go into my pouch and give Gmork a bacon.
And
And start
I
taking
gently
the-
lean down and slowly remove the cloak. Gmork's looking at me like, "Watch it, man." Just take
Don't
the
touch the bacon.
just take the bacon. And he lunges at the bacon, and I throw the cloak at Kane.
All right.
I smell the cloak.
So at this point,
How does
Kane,
it smell?
It somehow smells better.
yeah, it smells kind of like. Have you been in like a pine wood after rainfall? It kind of smells like that.
No.
right.
When it smells
It's
like
damp.
something beautiful that you
I don't
can't
go
place.
outside. What are you talking about?
All right. So yeah. So at this point, I put asterisks by some things on your character sheet. You should see the bangle, your armor, your cloak, and your sending stone. And I think that's all you have. Oh, and your
Oh.
rapier.
My bow and my arrows and stuff.
You don't have any of that. It was all gone.
It was all at the ship though, right?
Nope, it was in your bag, which
We only
was
collected
not-
your magical items.
Yeah, they collected like the
Wait.
valuable stuff.
Wait, where's my bag? I thought they had.
You don't have a backpack right now.
Guys, where's my backpack?
We left it with your body at the temple. I mean, you can
No,
just
you
buy a
can't.
new backpack.
Well, I can't anymore.
Hey, you know what? I told you I'd buy you something nice.
I know, but I had a lot of things in that backpack, including my bow.
Yeah. We'll find more quartz,
you fit a bow
more
in a
crystal for
backpack?
you to steal from
It
caves.
was like tied to the side, man. It was like.
I mean, you can get another. It didn't look like a particularly nice bow.
And all my tools and my other items.
I'm just buying the backpack.
I'm sorry, Kane, that we tried to keep your magical items from being stolen in case you got
Grab the
resurrected.
backpack too.
And now that
What?
you're back, we didn't carry around your mundane.
What do you expect? Do you see how he was treating poor Gmork, who was watching that cloak for him?
He came back wrong. You know what I mean, Fallon? He came back
I want to
wrong.
give the cloak back.
Is this like the stupid Iron
I'm
Fist
going
show?
back to the temple.
Cujo?
I'm going back to the temple. Like I just walk off to the temple.
Clean, if you'd like, I can take you to my favorite magic shop on the east side.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Yes.
Okay.
It's called the Crooked Stave.
Oh, get him.
Okay.
Ah. Take that, KC.
All right. Fallon, Lael, you two just tagging along, or are you going anywhere else?
Yep. Oh, sorry.
Is there like a weapons or armor shop around here?
You could probably find something in the market. If
You could go to the West Market. You'd find plenty of little shops there.
or more likely the East Market, considering the West Market just got fucked.
Oh, well, all right. I mean, it's a little pricier at the East
They're
Market.
gonna
I thought
have
you'd be
fire
more comfortable in the
sales.
West.
You know.
What is that supposed to mean, Alistair?
All right.
I poured another beer before we leave.
So
I'm already gone, but that was.
Yeah.
All right. So well, you're back on the east side at this point. So yeah, we'll first go to the majority of you. So, just for simplicity's sake, I'll just say that you all sort of do a group shopping trip. Alistair knows a couple shops that are fairly close to each other that fit the description of what you're looking for. So first you do go up to the Crooked Stave. There is a rather greasy looking human man standing behind the shop, but he smiles kindly enough as you walk in, sort of lanky. He says, Hi, welcome to the Crooked Stave.
Hello there, Barnaby.
Hi, how are you, Alistair?
Good. We're looking to pick up some supplies for our trip down to the Skirt Forest.
Ask him how his wife Susie is.
Hi, why are you going down there?
Why would I ask? Why would I call his mistress his wife, Alan? Susie's his mistress. Rebecca is his
Yes,
wife.
good point.
Get it straight.
Yeah. We're just accompanying, a ship down there as normal to the Tower of Venice.
Okay.
It's not always 100% safe. Hopefully, it'll be nice and easy.
All right, well, what can I do you for?
We were gonna look around. I was interested in some potions and possibly some scrolls, or a wand if you have any.
Scrolls. Well, you know that stuff's restricted, right?
Oh yes, but I mean, Colleen here is. Colleen can show you her credentials.
No, I mean restricted as in I can't sell that. Components, potions, wands, that I can maybe help you a bit more with.
Oh, okay.
I'm particularly interested in some scrolls, if possible.
I mean, look, I can maybe help you with something basic, but anything above a fairly low-level spell, I'm not legally allowed to sell here.
Well,
Could you trade for it?
He looks down.
That's not selling, right?
What I'm telling you is I don't have it.
well, what sort of scrolls do you have to offer? And do you know where I could find some more exciting ones?
So what he tells you is basically that he would have a handful of scrolls corresponding to what you would know to be like a first level spell. Anything above that, he says, is not like, I mean, it's only specific licensed purveyors such as the Academy or perhaps the central government that would be allowed to dispense something like that. Yeah.
Do you have any healing potions?
That I do have. What are you interested in? And he says, I've got some normal healing potions, and I have a few of the greater and superior variety in stock as well.
Can you just give me a price list for those?
Yeah. I gotta think about this real quick.
Is Fallon here?
Yeah.
Fallon's listening intently about this price list.
Okay.
I just realized that we've almost never had a healing potion on us, and it seems rather silly for all the trouble we get.
Some of you have been carrying them this entire time.
Yeah,
Well,
I've
I
had
ha-
one for ages.
Some people empty them out for other things.
I
already used mine.
All right, so a basic potion of healing will run you 50 gold. A greater healing potion will be 150, and a superior will be 450. He has a limited amount of.
Is that
higher
2d8,
ones.
3d8, 48?
It's 2d4 plus 2, 44 plus 4, and I'm blanking on superior, but I can look it up quickly.
I could sell this.
Do you happen to have a scroll of false life?
8d4 plus 8.
Okay, I'll take.
that
I would like one greater and two normals, please.
Okay, so yeah, you can add those. That'll run you 250 gold.
25 flat, right?
Yep.
How much? What was the pricing again? I'm sorry.
50 gold for a normal healing potion, 150 for a greater.
And what was the superior?
450. Basically, it's multiplying by 3 every time.
Jesus Christ.
But the value only doubles by 2.
Yep, but they're harder to make.
And the action economy.
Yep. Supply and demand. Supply and demand. False.
I would like to. Fallon chimes in and says, "The three of you are greater, please."
Yes, that almost puts us out of stock, but here you go. So it'll be 450. Scroll of false life. Okay. Let me see if he has that. He rummages around for a bit and looks and says, Afraid I don't have that particular spell.
What
That
kind of
was
wand
random, for the record. I assigned
do
it
you
a
have
probability.
in today, this week, in stock?
Well, let me see here. All right, let me just sort of pick a few. All right, you know what? We'll just do it like this. All right. He says that he's got a scroll of that.
These are scrolls or wands?
They are scrolls.
Okay.
Oh, you were asking about wands?
I would like to know about wands, yeah.
What the
Okay.
heck is Dissonant Whispers?
All right, so I'm gonna switch to the wands question. He's got, you know what? Any spell that you ask about, there will be a fixed probability that he has it. That's how I'm gonna handle that.
Okay. Wands work like scrolls in 5e, right? Where it has to be on my list.
Wait, what?
Scrolls, you can only cast them if they're on your spell list.
Well, so you can cast once from a scroll without it being on your spell list.
No. Not in 5e, at least. Not in the rulebook.
I think that's how I've been playing it.
Screw the rules.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. As a wand, then anyone can use it if you have it, basically.
Yeah, some of them require that you be a spellcaster. Some of them don't. He tells you that he's got. All right. And I can tell you what any of these are if you are interested in them.
This week on shopping.
Those are the 4 wands that he has in stock.
Okay. I shall take a look. Are the
the
wands all
magic
the same price?
This one, he holds up the wand of lightning bolts. Will run you a bit extra.
How much is that?
This one, he does some mental math real quick. I would say 1,500 gold for that.
Well, that one's out of my price range.
I could be convinced to go a little lower, perhaps.
Well, we're not even in the same game.
Fair enough.
Lower.
I have about 750 gold, so I don't think you'd be willing to go that low.
I see.
What about the magic missile wand?
Probably 500.
All right, I'll let everyone else. I'll think about that. Thank you.
Sure thing. Anyone else interested in anything?
Nope.
Mostly just disappointed.
Are there? I guess
Disappointment is palpable.
it's a silly question, and I'm just reaching back to BioWare's version of Dragon Age. Are grenades a thing?
Straight up grenade, no. I'm trying to think like what might be similar to a grenade. You can ask him about it.
What is the spell secret? Wand of Secrets. I can't find that spell.
Wand of Secrets. It's not a spell. Basically,
Oh.
it is a wand with 3 charges. You can expend a charge, and if there's a secret door or trap within 30 feet of you, it will basically point it out.
That's pretty neat. And are wands like they have a number of charges and they're spent, or do they recharge?
They recharge every day at dawn.
Interesting.
It's like you roll to see. I mean, it's kind of like your ring.
Okay.
in the way it operates. Anything else I can help any of you with?
Do you have anything that when thrown at undesirables would hurt them? Like in an area of effect sort of manner?
Well,
Say explosive.
I have some basic alchemist fire in stock, which you would know to basically, it's kind of like think of it like a really shitty sticky bomb. Basically, you could throw it and it would have a small conflagration, but it doesn't actually deal that much damage. And I have some slightly souped up alchemist fire as well. A little bit of a special recipe.
So like white phosphorus grenades?
So how much and what's the effect?
Well, he puts up one flask. This is your basic alchemist fire. And you see it's sort of a pale red liquid with some wisps in it. You throw this, it'll screw some things up. This, on the other hand, he pulls up one that has a much deeper red to it, and you see yellow and orange flickers in it. This, yeah, and you see him look at Alistair for a moment. Yeah, all right. This is much closer to what you'd call a fireball spell. It's not quite as strong, but it's pretty close.
And how much?
For this, 200 gold.
No, thank you.
Is the Wand of Secrets also 50 platinum, 500 gold?
Yes.
I will take that.
Okay. So yeah, 3 charges. You can expend one. It'll show you a secret door or trap within 30 feet of you. It regains 1d3 charges daily at dawn.
Cool.
And it does not require attunement, I should say.
Excellent.
Okay. Anyone looking to do anything else? Going once, going twice. All right. So with that, he thanks you. You all sort of head out. Alistair then takes you to another shop that's just sort of down the street. It's called the Black Tabard. And you walk inside, and as with many such places, you see a dwarven smith standing behind the desk. He says, "All right, welcome. Let me know if I can help you with anything." And you
Yes,
see a
do you have
variety
any
of
scrolls?
arms and armor around. He says, "I think you're looking for down the street."
Where
I
does
said,
it
what kind of weapons and armor do you have for sale? And maybe a backpack.
Backpack. I might have one I could afford to part with. As far
It
as
doesn't
arms-
have to be very nice.
Okay, all right, I can help you out then. As far as arms and armor, he sort of gestures around. You see a pretty wide variety hung up on the wall. You would see basic versions of pretty much everything like you would find in the player's handbook. And he says, and I do have a few special items in the back, mostly basic enchantments, mind you. I also one suit of dragon scale armor as well.
Ooh, we don't have a heavy class anymore.
That's gonna put a dent in your purse. A huge gaping chasm.
Pretty much.
What kind of special weapons?
Special weapons. He sort of gestures around again. Again, you see sort of basic versions of everything. He informs you that he does have a few with basic enchantments on them. And if you gave your DM more time to think, then maybe he'd have something special as well.
Maybe he had some scrolls to sell me.
Anything weird going on lately?
Oh,
Okay. I'll lean over to Kane and talk to him for a minute then.
Oh, Kane's not there. Kane
Oh,
took the fuck off.
I forgot. Okay. I'll say, Kane, you think a cheap backpack will work?
What do you need a backpack for?
To make Kane quit crying about not having his backpack.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine. He'll be fine.
All right. He does also say that he has a great axe of life stealing.
That sounds interesting.
I'm listening. What exactly does it do?
Says, well, want to take a look at it?
Of course.
Okay, give me a second. He disappears into the back for a moment, and he comes out with the axe. You see it has a rather wide, tapered blade, and as you look at the sort of the inside edge of it, you notice a section that's darker right along the blade. And basically, what he informs you is that it's a little bit tricky, but if you hit just the right way with it, it'll do a lot of extra damage, and the magic of the blade converts that basically into healing for the wielder. What it amounts to is basically if you crit with it, you deal an extra 10 necrotic damage, and you gain 10 temporary hit points.
How much?
For this, well, it's a rather special item.
Hold on, is this different than his low level enchantments, or is this a low level enchantment item?
No, this is a bit extra beyond the low.
Oh, okay, so it's an actual fancy item.
Yeah. So he says this will be about 1,500 gold.
I could give you 1,000.
He looks at you. Toss in the one you're carrying, and I'll call it 1,250.
I pull it off my back and I hold it close and like thunk. Do you know how many evil pieces of crap this thing has killed?
So what you're telling me is that it's used.
I'm telling you, it's effective. 1,000, and I might let Thunk go.
Look, lowest I can go, 1,250, and you can keep your axe, or 1,200, and I'll let it go. I can't go lower than that.
50 for Thunk. I get real close with the edge of the blade, and I say, "Look at that!" in his face. It's like, now doesn't that look sharp?
Look, sir, I already came down 300 gold for you. Well, 250 minus your axe there, which I can clearly tell has sentimental value.
$1,100 is all I can spare. I had to buy potions to keep people alive.
I'm sure I'll find another buyer.
I'm sure you will. Let's get the hell out of here.
He turns around to take it in the back.
Carlin, you should just learn to fabricate your own weapons. It'll be fine.
This is what you get for thinking of the group and for yourself.
I guess I should have taken you here first, Fallon. That's my bad.
No,
Okay.
Well, you
no one wanted to help me out. Price there, and I was,
Not that I know of.
I wasn't actually looking at how much money Fallon has. Oh, you can afford it. All right. I don't feel bad.
well, but I would have next to nothing after
It's true.
that.
It's true.
I'm down to.
How often
200
do we
gold
actually
total.
spend money, though?
I think that's the first time I've spent any of my money this entire campaign.
I think it'd be worth it.
I mean, you've spent money on transportation and such things.
That's true.
I'm building up my dragon horde.
And I mean, in fairness, the axe. Oh, actually, you know what? He would also tell you it does have a basic +1 enchantment on it. But besides that, it's just it only does more damage on a crit. So.
Yeah. Well, if I learned anything from RPGs, it's that the weapons you loot are way better than what you can buy in the stores.
There's some truth to that. All right, so you all take off. Meanwhile, Kane, you arrive back at the Temple of Haval. You see, they're on the porch sort of outside the temple building proper. There are some cots. A few of them still bear people, but it looks like a number of them have been cleared at this point. Are you saying something? I can't hear you at all.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right. So Kane just ignores people in the cuts. He just goes straight into the temple. Just looks for the first person he sees. It looks like they work at the temple.
Okay. The desk is actually empty right now, but you see a slightly stout blonde-haired guy who's about to disappear behind a door.
I rush up to him. I'm like, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Can I help you?
I was here a few days ago, and
He looks at you. He's like, "Oh, I recognize you. Wait, weren't you dead?"
Just hold on. See, get back to what's important here. I had a backpack.
Okay.
I don't have the backpack now.
Okay.
It seems it was left here. Where is it?
I mean, I have no idea. I can go back and ask if anyone else does.
Do that.
Okay, just wait right there, and he sort of points towards a bench on the side of the room.
I'm gonna stay standing where I am
Yep,
and kind of stare at him until he goes.
I'll be back in a moment. Well, I'll be back in a few minutes. And
I just keep staring at him until he leaves.
he disappears behind the door. After about 10 minutes, the door opens once again, and a black-haired man, a bit of a hawkish face, but wearing vestments clearly marking him as a priest of Haval, comes out and says, "I heard you were asking about your belongings."
Yes, I was here a couple days ago, and then I was checked out, and I thought my friends had my stuff. Turns out they left my backpack here, so I'd like to retrieve that.
Yes, I recognize you. So, first of all, let me confirm something. You were the one who was picked up yesterday by Sean Fish Farmer, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you were recognized by an official here in the city. They sent for you. I mean, I wasn't paying close attention, mind you, but I think your things were here at the time. What happened to them past that point, I can't be certain. But if they weren't returned to you by Sean, then I imagine they must have been lifted while no one was looking.
I'm like making this face at him.
I'm sorry, I really don't know what happened to them. Was there anything valuable?
There was quite a bit. I had my bow, my daggers, all of my tools and whatnot. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of valuable things in that backpack.
I can clearly see you're upset. Can you wait here for one more minute?
Sure.
Okay. He disappears. Oh, by the way, the dwarf at that shop will offer you sort of a shitty canvas bag for 2 copper, if you would like.
Yes,
Or
I would like.
actually, a single copper. He will give it to you for a single copper. There's sort of like a hole in it. It's clearly pretty beat up, but he's literally asking for basically a dime. All right. He comes back and he says, "You'll understand that our resources are somewhat thin at the moment, what with everything that's happened in town, but I do feel badly about your things disappearing on our watch. So I've been authorized to give you this to help compensate a bit for your losses." And he gives you a pouch that you can hear some coins jangling in it.
How many coins?
Well, you'd have to take it, count them.
Oh, I take the pouch. I shake his hand, say, "Thank you very much for your help."
No problem.
Do you know who the official was that recognized me?
Yes. What business would you have with him?
Saying maybe he took the bet.
It's possible. To be honest, unless there's something of particular value there, I'm reticent of confronting him. You'll understand it's someone of influence in the city.
But okay.
Okay, I'm very sorry. Opening up the pouch, you do find that it has 50 gold in it.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. I'm glad to see you recovered, at the very least.
I was fine.
Okay.
So I guess I'm gonna go back to the ship.
Okay. I mean, do you want to try to replace any of the stuff that you had?
I guess I would know where stores are, wouldn't I? I'm gonna go to the weapon and armor place.
Okay. Well, I mean, so first of all, if you want, I mean, are you looking to just purchase any sort of general supplies?
I was looking to just replace the bow, arrows, and maybe the daggers if possible.
Okay. I'll go ahead and tell you that. So, let me see. To replace your short bow is gonna be, eh, you find somebody who has a lightly used short bow, but examining it, you find it to be in pretty good shape. You can get that for 15 gold, if you like.
Okay.
All right. So you pick that up. As far as arrows, those will be. You can get 20 arrows for 1 gold.
Okay.
Okay. Daggers. Again, if you're bargain hunting, the cheapest ones you find that will do the trick, like not be noticeably worse than what you had before, are 1 gold, 5 silver each.
I'll go a little bit higher.
Well, so what I'm telling you is for 1 gold, 5 silver, you can get a basic dagger. Anything above that will be like a magical one. It'll cost significantly more.
Oh. I don't think I have magical dagger money.
Yeah, not really.
So I'll just take basic daggers.
All right, so 3 gold for 2 daggers. Anything else you'd like to try to replace?
Are there any thieves' tools? Can I buy those at a general store?
So they're not sold as a set, but you know how to purchase the sort of things that you would need to turn into that. Give me an investigation check as you hunt around for all this.
No.
That'll determine how much it costs.
It's a -1 before the other stuff.
Okay.
So 9.
So on a 10 actually.
Well, oh yeah. It's only -4.
Okay. So you hunt around, and you think that for 18 gold, you could get a pretty functional set of thieves' tools.
All right.
Anything else?
Sorry, I had to do some mental math for a second there.
Yep, no problem.
A poisoner's kit, possibly.
You drift by an alchemist shop and start looking around at some of the equipment. Give me another investigation. Yeah, from what you can tell, it'll be 50 gold for that, so it's a little out of your range at the moment.
Can I talk him down to 13?
Jesus Christ.
Bold choice.
Kane's just gonna leave without the poisoner's kit. He's getting kind of teary-eyed at that.
Okay. Do you want to replace your basic pack?
Oh yeah, I need a backpack, don't I?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll replace the backpack too.
Okay. That'll be 10 gold to get all the stuff that's in that.
Okay.
I'll have you know that I am being nice with relation to the prices
No, I
in the
know.
manual.
I know these prices are really low compared to what they should be.
Okay. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adjust some things on your character sheet real quick. So I am now going to star the stuff that you don't have. Actually, any problem if I simply delete your poisons?
Just delete everything I don't have.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Like that. No longer have this. Have all that. You're back up to 50 feet of rope now, for what it's worth. You've got all
I am?
that.
Why?
Because you just got a new rope.
I got new rope out. I thought I just bought a backpack.
Yeah, that comes with the burglar's pack.
Oh, I got all the burglar's pack stuff?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, that's a super good price then. Never
Yeah,
mind.
no, I gave you a crazy good price because I'm feeling generous. Don't have
I thought I was using like
that.
everything in the burglar pack.
I think you're getting like a rebound, like opposite side of the wave spectrum for me. I'm on the axe. I got the high priced axe. You're getting the cheap.
All right, I think this is correct now. Oh, you're up to 20 arrows. All right. Sorry, guys. Thanks for holding while I quickly.
I mean, they're the ones that
finish.
forgot my backpack in the first place and just let someone steal it.
Oh, let's be clear. We didn't forget. We deliberately left it there.
Well, Kane just thinks you guys forgot it. So
You got
that's
yourself.
right.
I would have told Kane that we chose what to take and what to leave.
Oh,
I was encumbered. Yo.
You have an opportunity to explain this later. When Kane asks, how could you guys forget my shit?
do you want to spend 1 gold for an extra set of clothes? Because otherwise I need to deduct those as well.
I only have 3 gold, Casey.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I bought you a backpack.
I went ahead and deducted that. All right, so you still see all your proficiencies there. So you no longer have playing cards. You no longer have a disguise kit or a poison kit, but you do retain those proficiencies. Should you ever come across them again. So yeah. Oh, and you don't have clear stone anymore, so no random things getting heavy during combat.
I keep forgetting about that.
All right.
I
so,
was looking through earlier. I was like, what is this clear stone?
So your character sheet is now accurate. All right. So you're just looking to go back to the ship then?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, most of you get back to the ship, and about, you sort of settle in. Do you want to do anything right after you get back to the ship? You are still waiting on Kane at this point.
Wait, who's waiting on Kane?
The rest of the group, they got back before you.
Oh, okay.
Just chilling.
Okay. Alistair, did you say something? I saw your mouth move.
I just want to make sure the prisoners are still there.
Okay, you go down and check on them, and yep, the Dragonborn has now just sort of completely detached from what you can tell. He seems to have a permanent scowl etched across his face, but he's lying back and actually sort of looks like he's sleeping. The human just looks bored. Sort of scratching at the floor, nothing heavy or anything, not like he's gonna dig his way out or something, but anything else? Okay. So about a half hour later, you hear a creak of the boards and Kane has come on board. Anya meets up with you as well. Or actually, she would have been with you that entire time. So, all right. Anything else before you guys peace out of Dale's Harbor?
So did none of you think to grab the backpack full of most of my belongings?
Well, one, you were dead, so no. And two, we grabbed the things we thought would be most valuable to make sure they were
That
there.
backpack was super valuable. There's lots of valuable in there.
Now, when you're looting a body, you don't really know what the person's thought it was valuable,
No, I mean literally valuable stuff in there. You guys just left for someone to see.
We were kind of in a hurry.
I don't know if you remember what was going on that day.
You just have to pick up the backpack and walk. It takes 2 seconds.
Kane.
Well, I couldn't have carried any more, actually.
You hear a little voice in the back of your mind, not a compulsion at this point,
Not the
but just a
voice
little
again.
voice, and it says, "I think you need to move on, Kane."
And I say this out loud. Okay, fine, whatever.
How
I'm
did
just
you get all that
upset.
stuff if you'd given us all of your money?
Let's just make it clear that I said they're fine, whatever. I was just kind of upset. I said that out loud. It's kind of looking.
Yeah, you seem to have a backpack now. Is that your backpack? Did you find it?
No, I went to the temple. The priest gave me 50 gold because he felt bad that the backpack had been stolen under their watch.
The temple of was it not? It's not Miros. Which one was it?
It's also not Halal. It's Haval.
Haval. You went back to the temple of Haval. The people who resurrected you, and then they paid you money.
They didn't resurrect me. What?
I mean, you're here.
Shit. I explained this already.
I told you I was buying you a backpack, and I just throw it at him.
I did not remember you saying this. My apologies, Fallon. It's a very nice backpack. I'll use this one instead.
You're welcome.
It's the
I just
shittiest
said-
excuse for a backpack that you've ever seen in your life.
And I'm going to use it.
Wait, you're gonna use
Just
the shitty
because
one?
Fallon bought it. Yes, because Fallon bought it for me.
Okay, you put your stuff in and hoist it on your back, and your stuff instantly falls through a big hole in the back of the pack. And
I'm
onto
going
the
to use the
floor.
other backpack now. And just kind of look at Fallon and say, well, there seems to be a hole in it now, so.
Fallon
Yeah.
has an oddly blank expression on his face as he just stares dumbly back at you and doesn't say anything.
Sorry, I was stuck out of
Never
range
mind.
for
I
a
didn't
second.
realize that you actually had your headset. You're free to respond. I'm not going to narrate it.
Yeah, I went back to
well,
the
it
temple.
cut out. What did you say, Kane?
Oh, I swore I thanked you for the backpack. I put my stuff in it, and then all the stuff fell out of the backpack through a hole in the bottom.
Hey,
So I switched back.
nobody said it was a. Okay, you're adding things. There was a. I didn't think the hole was large.
Everything fell out. All
As
of my
soon as
stuff
you
fell
loaded
out.
his stuff into it, you heard sort of, that creak that stretching, like sort of threadbare fabric makes, and the hole seems to have enlarged after he loaded it all up.
Okay, so Fallon says, I guess we found out why you can't keep anything nice.
I'm sorry, Fallon. I kind of pat his shoulder. Very sorry. But yeah, I went to the temple. They felt bad, so they gave me 50 gold to try to replace some of my things. I mean, all they really did was keep my body for like half a day. And let someone steal my things. That's really all they did. So.
Well, first off, they kept your body for half a day, which seems pretty good.
I
Just on
mean,
that count.
yeah, but see, you can do that at an inn for like 2 gold. So.
I don't think an inn takes dead bodies.
I might have considered giving them something if I had had money or items.
You could have
But
given them the
since my
50
stuff
gold
got
back that they
stolen-
gave you.
I could
This
have,
is-
but
this
I didn't
is,
have
uh,
any of my. I was missing my bow.
This is
That's what I
Harvest
used
Dale. They
most of the
probably take a
time.
dead cat.
And as you're having this conversation, Lana,
Where are we, by the way?
you're below decks right now, and Lana.
Like, are we in the prisoner area or
No,
just in
you're
like?
on the ship.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's in the same, like, there's like a big hold in the bottom. Like, all the cots are on one side, and the hold and the prisoner cells are on the other. There are a few doors that go back to, like, where the supplies are and stuff like that. But it's mostly sort of big and open. And, like, their small supply of cannonballs that they mostly have for show and have pretty much never used are also there. Gunpowder, that sort of thing. But as you're having this conversation, Lana sort of pops her head in through the door and says, I'm looking at getting the ship sailing. Everyone good to go?
Yep, we're fine. Let's go.
Did Anya already meet Lana?
Yes. Although they would have briefly reintroduced when you guys came back on the boat. I sort of shortcutted that.
Okay, well, at some point, Fallon would have leaned into Anya and said, there's nothing going on between us. Don't worry.
And she looks at you and says, oh, really? And then she looks around again. Wait, didn't you have a giant snake?
And I say, not now.
And you actually, wait, something happened to it in the earlier situation.
And
Take it.
so Fallon says, yeah, she gave her life to save us.
And a very genuine look of disappointment comes across her face. She looks up and says, I'm very sorry to hear that. Anyway.
She died the way she lived. A hero.
In combat.
Well, I was going to say a hero, Fallon, but I suppose that's also true.
Right.
See her again in Sovereign Guard.
And as you're having this conversation, you, Alistair, you hear the familiar sound of the anchor being secured onto the ship. You feel the ship sort of lurch beneath you and start to pull out into the bay.
Which ship? Not the Silver Triton?
No, it's the Silver Triton.
Oh, is it
Lana's
taking us to
ship.
the Tower of Venice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Deal.
Oh,
Double good
just one
deal.
more thing. Just real quick before we do a time jump to whatever happens next.
Okay.
So wait, you guys were planning on bringing me back yourselves, though, right?
We asked them if they could.
Because the way you talk, you sound like you were just taking the things, but then not expecting like to come back or
We
that
were
they would be
looking-
secured.
But I believe we lack the means. We tried to pay a priest.
Yeah, they said that when the priest got there that we could talk about it, but we also had to go because we had to track down the men who, had the thing.
So why wouldn't you secure my stuff? It was just kind of sitting out there for anyone to take.
Well, we took the things that we thought you might miss if you came back.
I mean, I would have missed these things too, yes, but I liked my bow. I used it a lot.
I think
Kane,
that
Kane, I
this
have
is
I have to be honest with you. I no longer care about this conversation.
Nor do I.
I'm still pretty salty.
Let it
I think
go.
it's the thought that counts, Kane.
I mean, I'm like conflicted about it, guys. I appreciate what you
Here,
say,
let me
but I'm
teach
sad at
you
what
the
Kane-
way that normal people.
I don't know if you've made that
You say
obvious.
thank you to us, and the next time you die, we'll take your backpack.
Deal. Thanks.
So
And
I'll
then
probably die
and then after then you'll have to say thank you again for the next time.
Thank you, sir.
all right.
Have
So
another.
it is about a 3-day journey to the Tower of Innis. So given that, is anyone? Well, actually, wait a minute. Let's just start with the day we're on. You have an afternoon, an evening. You have 2 prisoners. You have Lana. You have Anya. You've got a bunch of crew members, and you've got a boat. Is anyone looking to use your time for anything in particular?
I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
You did also take a bunch of magical items off your prisoners. That's another thing.
Yes, we
Okay.
did.
All right. I'll start from the right this time. Halil, did you have anything?
Yeah, I'm just gonna spend my time, helping around with small sailoring jobs I can do. Learning the ropes.
Okay.
I can show you what not to do.
Oh, yes, you can.
One-handed.
So yeah, you just sort of pitch in. After the ship gets going, there's really not a whole lot to do. But you sort of shadow some different people on the ship and start learning odd jobs. Go ahead and give me, let me think, what do I want to call this? I guess just call it a performance check for just like how well you sort of get along.
It's a sailing check.
Okay. Yeah. So you sort of ingratiate yourself to the crew members. Like, it gets to where like they don't actually see you as a nuisance. They sort of enjoy talking to you about the different jobs on the ship. And you learn a thing or two about sailing. Keep this up, and you might get some sort of proficiency. Okay. Colleen, you can do anything?
I would like to spend my 50 gold and learn sending for real.
Sending is 3rd level, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's 150. Because it's in at 50 gold per level.
I think it's just 50.
You didn't already learn this, by the way?
I don't know. I still says not known, so I'm going with I learned identify but didn't do sending yet.
Okay, I thought I legitimately thought you learned this.
I tried to do it once.
We bought 2 scrolls of sending, and I used 1 to contact Lana.
Right.
And so we just had the second one. I don't know if we ever actually sat down to learn it, but
Well, I think there would have been time on like for some reason I have a memory of that, but if you don't think that's the case, it is 150 gold. I'm pretty darn sure.
Someone
Must have
go back
been
and look
a
all the
long time
videos.
ago.
Yeah.
Colleen, will you identify these things for me while we're traveling?
Yeah, it
too?
is 150 gold
Yeah.
to learn a 3rd level.
Fine. Goodbye, all my beautiful things. Tomorrow
bring
I'm
you the-
sending someone a message.
I bring you the Dragonborn's stuff that I took off him
Stuff.
and ask you to identify it.
I'll identify it.
All right, I'm gonna do some chain identification.
Yeah, these 4 were the ones on Earth to Sun. I don't have anything that was on Garion.
Right.
Clean, what's this? Clean, what's this?
Okay, and by the way, any of these magical items that you're getting, I'm just gonna sort of tell you now what the rules are. But send me like a Slack message if you're taking any of them, and I'll get you the precise rules.
Okay.
but just to avoid spending a lot of time like writing rules while we're playing. So the staff, I'm pretty
We need
sure.
more time for the shopping after all.
Yep.
This is a classic D&D episode.
Yep, exactly. The staff is a staff of striking. It is a magical quarterstaff that grants a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. It also has 10 charges. When you hit with a melee attack with it, you can expend up to 3 charges. And for each charge you expend, it deals an extra 1d6 force damage.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, it regains charges at dawn. If you roll the last charge, there's a chance it blows up. But
Holy mother. You said it's a +3 quarter
this
staff?
is what happens when you take all the stuff from really high-level NPCs who I designed.
Yeah. Well, okay.
For-
I'm going to bring that one to Halal afterwards.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, if you use all the charges, you have to roll a d20, and on a 1, it becomes non-magical. That's what actually happens.
That's no fun.
I mean, if you just don't use the last charge, that's super easy.
All right, the cloak is a basic cloak of protection.
Okay.
So requires. The staff requires attunement, I should say. So it's requires attunement, gives you +1 bonus to AC and saving throws.
That replaces the cloaks we had before if I wear that, right? You gave us some
Yeah. So
something.
yeah. If you're already wearing a cloak, you can't benefit from 2 cloaks. Is the way I'm going to say.
Yeah. You gave us a cloak of resistance, but I don't think it was saving throws. It was just AC before.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. I'm
So
gonna
this is
steal
better
that.
than that, but it does require attunement. The stone is a single stone of sending.
Okay, so we don't know where the other one goes to.
Correct. And the potion is a potion of superior healing.
Okay.
So that's one of the 8d4 + 8 variety.
Thank you so much, Colleen. I appreciate it.
You know, I love to touch and identify all these mysterious items.
I wonder who that sending stone goes to.
You should say hi.
Incidentally, Kane, around this time, you get sort of a mental message, and it says, Kane died? When? Is this Fowlin? Were you with Kane? And what do pineapples have to do with anything?
Wait, I get this?
Yeah, you get that.
Can I go talk to Fallon?
Yeah, sure. Give me a moment. I'm gonna finish. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's take a break from identification. I see that down there. We'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, Kane, you go find Fallon.
Fallon, you had this stone, right?
It looks like a stone I might have had.
Did you use it?
I might have done such a thing.
What did you say?
I told. Do I know who you talked to on that?
I didn't
I
know
don't
anyone.
think you actually would.
You just sent a random message to someone. You had no idea who it was.
Well, yeah.
In case you need a reminder, Fallon, I will give you the exact text of what you said.
Okay. Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, I thought maybe it could have been someone that locked you, and I would tell them that you died and how to find me.
What was this about pineapples? Something about
Oh yeah, you know.
Okay, well, I guess that's not as bad as I was thinking. You might have said.
What would I say?
I don't know. That's the scary part. You
I
think of
believe
things I'd never think
I
of.
said. I believe I said. I regret to inform you that our good friend Kane is no longer with us. He succumbed to a terrible poison. Blind Ploop, rest his soul.
All right. Okay. Well, all right then. Well, I guess that's not too bad. I'd kind of give Fallon like a half-hearted hug. Thank you, Fallon.
As I pull away from the hug, I check my pockets and pouches to weigh what they ought to, and there's nothing missing.
And you are
I deserve that.
grateful to find all of your stuff there.
He has somehow put the backpack back on you, though.
That would require a sleight of hand check.
I wish I had thought of that. It's too late.
Well, I'd like the fact that I put the old. I forced you to wear the one I bought for you again.
All right. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Okay. All right. So going back to identification. All right. So the golden brooch is a brooch of shielding. It does require attunement, but it grants the wearer resistance to force damage, as well as immunity to the magic missile spell.
Okay.
When I gave him that, I may have been thinking that it would make him immune to Eldritch Blast, or resistant to Eldritch Blast, but that didn't really matter. The Jeweled Horn and the Glass Eye are non-magical, as is the playing card set. But the Glass Eye, and the Jeweled Horn do seem valuable.
There for the clairvoyance spell for those playing along at home.
Nice catch. I may have given him a bunch of spell card information that never came into play. Actually, none of my NPCs seem to cast spells. Maybe it's just because I'm not actually familiar enough with the spells they have, so I just misplay
To be
them.
fair, my entire thing in the last 2 combats has been have as many counter spells available as possible.
Seriously.
Yeah, they also keep dying. Like the one guy that died immediately in the combat.
And
The cultist guy.
when you say Jeweled Dagger, I don't remember a Jeweled Dagger.
I think it's just a cultist, a Sheena
With
cultist.
that main one with
Okay.
that
Yep.
was the one that Hillel looted first, and I went back through.
Yeah, it looks like the original one that you had, and when you cast Identify on it, it does not respond as magical.
And then you want to do Gary and stuff that you have too, right? I think you do.
Well, what did I get from
The
him?
rapier, the dagger,
Okay,
the
okay, I
arrows,
thought
the cape,
maybe-
and the potion.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I thought that was Kane's stuff I was holding on to.
Nope.
But you're
You
right.
had 2 rapiers actually at some point. You had Kane's and that one, but
Okay, yeah, so I've got a rapier, daggers, arrows, special arrows, a cape, and a potion. And you wrote all that in there.
And I want that cape.
Oh, right. Okay, so let me pull up his character sheet where I have all this written down. Okay, so it is a +1 rapier, and they are also +1 daggers. So both of those are basic magical items, +1 to attack and damage. The arrows are +1 arrows, so he has 20 normal arrows, but also 10 +1 arrows.
we threw the normal arrows overboard, along with the
Yeah,
short
you
bow.
did. You
Oddly
did.
enough,
That's right. So 10 +1 arrows. The potion is another potion of superior healing. So it's another 8d4 + 8. And the cape is very nice. It is a cape of the Mount Bunk. So basically,
Cape of the what?
excuse me.
this is the word that I said.
Sorry, I'm trying to take
Mouth
notes
bunk?
super fast.
Oh, you did say
Oh.
that.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, rapier and daggers are +1, arrows are +1. So
Yeah,
that's
I took
basically-
those notes, and I got the potion of superior healing, and now I just didn't understand the name
Yeah.
of the cape.
It is
Got it
called
now.
this.
Cape of the Mount Bunk Bank.
So as you hold it close, it smells faintly of brimstone. It's a red cloak with sort of gold embroidery on it, and it allows you to once per day cast the spell Dimension Door as an action. It does not require attunement, and when you use it to cast that spell, it leaves sort of a cloud of smoke, and you appear in a similar cloud of smoke where you show up.
Can I wear said cape under my cloak?
I'm gonna say you've got one cloak/cape slot to work with.
Balls.
Be super honest.
I want that.
I might use it.
I mean, I don't think it's designed for me at all. It's red, but I want it.
Well, I mean, just not talking in game here. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
it makes sense for a melee person, in my opinion.
It makes sense.
So
For
it makes a lot of sense for a
cleanse.
caster too, who can get out of trouble and then continue to.
Also,
That's why Dimension Door is a caster spell. It's like Misty Step.
I also might be taking thief levels at some point.
Random.
Get in,
Dimension
get
Door
out.
is a good spell for literally anyone.
Cool. So I say thank you, and
And I hold on to the cape a little bit.
I have a question, Casey.
Yeah.
Would that lifesteal thing, if I crit chopping down a tree, would it lifesteal off a tree? Just a thought.
I'm gonna say no, but it's a really interesting question, and I might think about it again if the situation ever came up. But
It's
I'm
got
gonna
a
say
good
no.
house of wood.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to find Fallon when I, or not Fallon, Helio when I get a chance.
Okay, you find him.
Helio, how's?
He's working with a crew member by the rigging at present.
Okay, I go up there and I start just acting like a pro around it too. I'm just gonna help out while I talk to him.
Nothing bad ever happened at that part of the boat. Go
Nope.
ahead.
Are
Just
avast.
I sailed for a long time with one arm. I got used to it. So, Halil, I had Colleen take a look at the items we found, and I think there's one that particularly would be of interest to you.
Oh, really?
Now, I've never seen you actually use a weapon. Do you know how to use a quarterstaff?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we
there-
trained with them.
an item in there which is called a staff of striking, and it's basically just a super badass quarterstaff that has magic in it that you can activate to make it hit even harder.
That sounds like quite a useful tool.
I thought of you
Weapon.
immediately and figured that I could. Some fouling caught me off guard. I thought it requires attunement, so I would use this time on the ship to get used to it. Maybe swing it around a few times. Don't hurt anyone, though, preferably. And I give him the staff of striking. And then I adorn the cape of resistance with a cloak of resistance.
Well,
Okay.
thanks. I'll look into this.
I thought you already had a cloak of protection.
Me,
I
I have one that's only AC. You said this one's AC and
okay.
saves.
Oh, that's right. You weren't there when they got the.
Yeah, I was off trying to do research in a library, and then
Yeah. Okay.
everyone else got free. Like they got free stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I've had the +1 AC, but I don't have anything in the saves. So
Yep. So now you have a global +1 to your saves based on that.
hello, heck yeah. I need as much concentration help as I can get.
Okay. Anything else?
From him or from the group?
Oh, wait a minute.
I know you're going right to.
Yeah, I was, and then I sort of broke out of it. Yeah, let me pick back up a little bit though. Fallon, anything else in particular that you want to do?
I want to make a call out for a beast within 300 feet of me, just to see what's out there while we're on the boat.
Okay.
Kraken.
Kraken.
Roll a D100.
He summons the Kraken.
One.
This tiny jellyfish comes up.
Ooh.
Nice. Holy shit!
Kraken.
That's the Kraken number.
That means it's got to be a mermaid, right? A sexy mermaid, 69.
Gotta have all the tentacles.
No, if it's a 69 mermaid. Oh, I don't even want to make this joke. I take it back.
Okay. So
Reverse.
Let's start changing his mind.
Oh gosh, how far do I want to go with this?
Yeah, I can't do it. I know Ice9 is watching. I can't do that to the KC sister.
Okay, just a second. I need to look something up.
People are watching this.
Children, don't grow to be like me. Be better than me. That's all I have to say, stream.
Wait a
Who's
minute.
like the youngest member though?
Of this group?
Just of the TForce RPG, I guess.
Oh, the youngest person. It's probably Varric? As far as I know, it's Varric, but
I thought there was.
How old is
there
he?
it is.
I'm not
There
going to
it
say
is.
that on stream again.
Okay. So you put out the call, and nothing happens for a while, and then you see a tentacle reach over the side of the boat. And quickly followed by another tentacle, and then you watch as the head of a giant octopus comes over the side of the boat, and it wraps one of its tentacles, spiraling just a little bit up your ankle, and looks expectantly at you.
Dad?
Is everybody watching?
Can we all be watching, please? I want to be watching this.
Anyone who wants to potentially watch, roll a D2. On a 1, you happen to be there. On a 2, you don't.
But
I'm
I was
gone.
just there holding onto the cape.
Okay. You notice a couple people looking at what's going on, but they're keeping a safe distance at the moment. And I should say, when I say giant octopus, it's like, I mean, actually, yeah, pretty much everybody on deck would notice this, because it's like probably like its body is a few feet in width. If it were to stretch its tentacles completely out, it might be like 15 feet, something like that.
So on a scale of 1 to
What's
Kraken,
its intelligence and challenge rating?
Its intelligence is 4. Its challenge rating is 1.
Oh, I like the things you just said to me. Okay, I choose.
As a pet.
Yeah, I choose to bend it to my will.
I think Colleen also wants to keep it, but she has to do something else first.
Okay, so I am just going to let you know a little rules thing with this. An octopus can, while out of water, it can survive for an hour. It will not survive out of water for longer than that.
That's fine.
Okay.
He's not going to get
I need to do
attached.
an animal handling check.
No, you just get it with the new rules.
so it's just gonna be where like Fallon finds a fancy new pet and Colleen tries to get it killed, so she can have it.
So you
Oh.
currently
I
have.
don't
Is it
breed
hostile?
pets.
You currently have a giant octopus bent to your will.
I go over and like lean on the railing
Mm-hmm.
where it is, and it's, tentacles are just kind of like wiggling around.
Yep.
It could easily like grab me and pull me over the edge, but it don't. And I telepathically talk to it and just say,
You notice Lana watching with an eyebrow raised from the forward deck, but go ahead.
I say, anything weird going on down there?
You watch as that sort of like blowhole thing that octopuses have sort of opens and closes a bit. And it says, just looking for food. Decided to come up for some sun. You called. That was a little odd.
Yeah, I do all the stuff I'm told. We don't expect trouble, I guess, but would you mind following the boat for a while? Just in case something weird happens.
Let me see here. I have to do a quick math check on something. I have to see how this converts to miles per hour. Okay, yeah, it can keep up with the boat. It says, no problem, sir.
This actor is
Okay.
much more polite than Matilda.
And I say, all right, Terry, thank you. And I say, do you want to hang out on deck for a little bit? You're probably freaking some people out, and it's kind of hilarious.
I mean, how freaked out do you want the people?
Oh, don't get me in trouble, Terry.
No problem. And it sort of uncurls its tentacle from around your ankle. Then it props itself up on 4 of its tentacles, almost as if it's standing next to you. And the other 2, it sort of folds crossways on the deck like it's crossing its arms. And it just stands there and watches the sunset with you.
Can Kane walk up to Fallon and just be like, so is this the new Matilda?
I just want to touch it.
Fallon says, his name is Terry.
At this moment, Colleen, you come up on decks and you see Fallon leaning against the rail alongside a giant octopus.
Touch it. I want to touch it.
I mean,
I'm just gonna wave at the octopus. Hi, Terry.
it waves back.
Oh. And okay, yeah. So he hangs out. I just want him to hang out on deck for just a little bit, and then he can just kind of hang out in the water nearby as we travel.
Okay. All right. Colleen, did you want to do anything?
I touch it.
Okay.
Sneak up behind it and just slowly pet it.
Okay. Fallon, are you looking to control Terry's response, or are you just going to let him do his thing?
And I talk to Terry as this happens, and I say, I think that telepathically,
Yeah.
I say that one might be a bit stranger than I. Don't freak out.
And it responds, I'm not freaked out. Do I need to be?
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
What
And,
I'm asking is, do I need to be careful?
Just don't, accidentally die around it.
Got it. And Terry lifts one of his tentacles, and you feel, Colleen, sort of a rubbery little brush down, not all the way down your back, but fairly low on your back.
I get very excited. I
Kids,
grab,
look away.
I grab
Look
the
away, kids.
tentacle.
Right? Jesus.
This is mine now.
And as much as all sorts of references are bombarding my brain right now, I'm going to go ahead and not go there. I'm just going to insinuate it.
Whoa, I'm not doing anything bad.
Yeah, I know.
I'm excited about creatures.
Yeah. Oh, and it's excited about you.
Oh,
Look away.
So Fallon's just watching you with a raised eyebrow, like, Like,
A little bit more into it than he should be.
yeah.
And you hear Terry say, "I think I like your friend."
I think it likes me.
And I say back to Terry, this is just another weird day in a long line of weird days.
On that note, Kane, were you looking to do anything else in particular?
I was gonna go talk to the prisoners.
Oh, okay. Um,
I'm
let me-
taking a bucket of water with me.
Interesting. Let me think about this.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, you know what? Okay. Everybody roll a d2. I'll say that this is all happening before the Terry thing. Okay. So Fallon, Halal, you guys happen to be hanging out below decks at this moment. Anya actually is also there. And you watch Kane go by holding a bucket of water and starts headed towards where the prisoners are.
Just shrugged to myself.
Okay. Anya does sort of get up and tag along behind you at a distance, Kane.
Fallon follows Anya.
Okay. All right. So Kane, you walk up to where the prisoners are. There's a very large, like 6'8", red dragonborn who has like white streaks running through him, and the human Kyrian as well. Blonde guy, young-ish, definitely sort of chiseled, scarred a bit.
Okay. Is the Dragonborn to Gagger now?
Yep.
Alright. What was his name? I almost said Terry.
It's Zood or something.
No, the other dude.
Garion.
Garion.
Gary, I almost said Terry again.
Tyrion.
Just gonna ask, like, what's up to the not gag guy?
Garion looks up at you and says, I'm on a boat.
Same. So, you guys are the ones that managed to trick my friends. And, cut some random street folks' throats.
He just sort of shrugs and continues looking at you.
Also, did you guys tell me anything about what they have already told you?
No. I mean, it would have
Alright,
happened in game.
Kane knows nothing. Cool. Alright.
I mean, Fallon's standing right there, but
Okay. He's looking. So, how much have you told my buddies here? I don't want to waste any time.
he just stares at you. And he then, after a moment, he shrugs and points at Fallon.
So, someone made an excellent question. How exactly, you say you guys came from the mainland?
Shrugs again and points at Fallon.
How did you guys get from the mainland?
He looks at you and says, at this point, honestly, I'm more scared of what's going to happen to me if I tell you too much than I am of you.
But you should really be
And
more
that's when
afraid of what
Kane-
will happen while you're in here with me.
Kane releases his master plan and covers him in water.
He says, I am afraid of that, but you haven't killed me this far, maybe you won't.
But see, you haven't met me, though.
No, I haven't. What's your name? I'm sorry, I'm in no position to ask questions. Never mind.
His name is Kane Fish Farmer.
Just a second. You, Fallon, give me insight. Kane, give me insight as well.
Damn it.
Okay. Never mind. Yeah, he just sort of looks blankly back at you and says, and sort of shrugs like, okay.
Thank you, Fallon. Thank you. All right, friend. How do you guys get from the island to the main?
Look, I already told you I can't go talking more at this point.
Are you being watched? How will they know you said anything?
He points at the Dragonborn.
Would you prefer I kill him?
No.
Would you talk then? Then I'm just gonna kind of get up, take out my dagger, and kind of start walking towards Dragonborn.
Okay, I mean, he is in a locked cage, and you do feel Anya's hand come down on your shoulder as you start to do that. At the moment, it's just sort of a suggestion that you not pursue whatever course of action you're headed
I'm just
for.
gonna kind of give her like a subtle look, kind of like a really subtle look,
What exactly is the bucket for?
in case they were asleep. Gotta
And
come prepared, Fallon.
That's cold-hearted, man.
and Anya says, look, I don't know if he said anything before, but looks like he's not eager to tell us much now. We are taking them to the tower. Hopefully we can learn more then.
Well, I figured since we had some nice alone time out here in the middle of the ocean, we could maybe try to get a few more things. Real quick.
It wasn't an unreasonable effort.
But, alright, hold on. I'm trying to think of what you guys already said. So they gave you the names. Gave you the... Alright. So she's completely stopped me from walking up to the Dragonborn, even though I gave her a look.
All that she did was put her hand on your shoulder, and it was like a gentle restraining force.
But did she acknowledge the look?
Hmm?
Did she acknowledge the look I gave her, though?
Wait, what was the look you gave her?
It was just kind of like a... Just kind of play along look. But subtle.
Oh, yeah, she would have given you
Really subtle.
I'm not looking to play along here look.
Man, no one lets me have fun. Alright. I'm just gonna go back up to the guy then.
Okay.
So which one of you guys was the one that did the throat cutting before?
He raises his hand.
Alright, can I just like stab him through the hand?
He is like a fair distance away. Are you
I
looking to
walked
throw
up
a dagger
when I
at him?
asked it. I walked up when I guess I could throw a dagger too, but I was walking up when I asked it.
So, like, he's in a somewhat large cell towards the back. You can't reach him from where you're standing.
I can't. He's not like leaning up against the bars or anything.
No.
Okay.
He's back against the wall.
I'm afraid to make an attack roll because it's -4 business going on.
Why? Okay, what's happening? You're trying to attack somebody as they're in a jail cell?
Yeah.
I was gonna just give him a little cut for the throat cutting from before.
Does Fallon see this?
I mean, nothing's happened yet.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything yet. He
'Cause
just asked about
I thought I was
possibilities.
close. I thought he was close up to the edges
Yeah,
to
no.
stab his hand.
No, the
apparently I'm not,
Dragonborn.
and
The Dragonborn is closer because he's in a much smaller holding cell. The human, it's basically like converted. They would normally be using that area to like store goods, basically, that they wanted to lock up, but they converted it into a makeshift cell, and it's significantly larger.
This is it's fruitless now. Okay, I'll remember that.
Is the Dragonborn awake?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, I'm gonna remember that. It wasn't very nice of you.
Look. Is she alive?
Yeah, you'll be alive too.
All right.
But I look at both of you guys. I'm not as nice as my friends are. So behave.
He sort of gestures to
Fallon
himself.
laughs loudly.
Okay. You looking to do anything else?
Just gonna go sulk in my bunk.
Okay. So yeah, so you all, do
Fal-
these. Go ahead. Sorry.
Fallon stays down there and lights up some gnome salts.
Okay. Go ahead and do that now. Okay. Um. You enjoy your trip very thoroughly, actually. Um. You feel kind of weird once it's over, looking back at it, but you try to distance yourself from the specifics and just sort of let the good times roll, if you will. It's one of those things where like college frat boys, you go out, you do stupid things, looking back on it, you kind of feel stupid, but you remember it being fun at the time. So, it was something to do with an altar to Miros and oh wait, what was his name? Was it Terry? Is that the name of the octopus?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something to do with an altar to Miros and Matilda and Terry at the same time.
Well, it was Terry. I thought this was all before Terry appeared.
Oh no, this is your trip.
So I get to see Terry in advance.
Wait, what?
I thought we came down and
Am I
talked to
saying
the
with
prisoners.
You said that the cane thing happened before Terry.
Oh yeah, but your trip would be happening after. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I time jumped forward again.
Okay.
So yeah. But yeah, you have this peculiar experience involving, this altar to Miros and your animal friends, and there's no real need to talk to anybody about it, but as you remember it, you were having a good time.
Do the prisoners get a contact high from the gnome salts?
Only if you lined it up so the human's far back enough that he's not going to be in range for any such thing.
Well, I would have wanted the Dragonborn to have it anyway.
Okay, I mean, you would definitely be able to sort of light
Blow
some up
smoke
in
rings
front
at
of
him.
him. Yeah, you could do that. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, do that.
All right. All right. So first of all, so are you actually expending more of it to for sure get him high, or are you just sort of blowing it at him?
No, not anything more than.
Okay. So in that case.
Heyo, sorcerer sucks.
Okay. So you do that, and as you're sort of. Well, actually, wait a minute. Let me see here. Okay, so you do that, and while you're on your trip, you do hear sounds of the Dragonborn near you, sort of babbling something as well. But you can't really make it out. But then when you come off your high, you look up and realize that you're looking up at Anya. And she looks down and says, "Are you okay, Fallon?"
I'm fine.
Okay. Do you want to take a quick trip above deck? There's something I think I need to tell you.
Oh, sure. And as we're walking out, I look back at the Dragonborn and say, "Well, at least you look tough."
And he's just sort of passed out against the opposite wall of his little cell at the moment.
That's fine.
All right.
Quick, use the
It
bucket.
was for me.
All right. So you walk out on the deck with Anya and walk up to the rail, sort of away from everyone else, and says, "So Kane was asking them how they got here, and well, it seems like your gnome salts did the trick to get it out of him. So he was apparently high and he was babbling while he was."
I thought I heard something. What did you hear him?
Yeah. So it was obviously a little incoherent, so I'm going to just translate it rather than saying what he actually said, which, to be honest, I don't properly remember. But it sounds like his group has opened some sort of way through the abyss to reach an Angrun. So, thought I heard something about demons earlier, and, well, if I had to guess, I would say they have some sort of deal. And that's how they got here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
In other words, you know it's basically impossible to get here just sailing from the outside world, but our land does connect to other planes of existence. So if they made a deal with demons to find a way through the abyss, then it sounds like that's how they're getting here.
Would you say that an abyss is darker than absolute blackness and emptier than a vacuum?
Everything that I know about it wouldn't dark for sure, but it's more of the proverbial lake of burning sulfur, if you will. Not every place in the abyss is the same, mind you.
Never been myself.
Yes, neither have I. But what we know of people who have made the jolly trip suggests that, for instance, one could see there. You wouldn't see very nice things.
We should probably tell the others.
Sounds like a good plan. So then Anya would sort of gather everybody up and let you know the news as well, that it sounds like. And you know, since you mentioned the Ashal, if this guy's with the Ashal, that they seem to have maybe struck some sort of deal with the demons, perhaps, in order to find a way in through the abyss. All right, anything else before bedtime? All right, so
Just anyone that would hear Kane silently sobbing in his bunk.
I want to tune with.
How would we hear you silently sobbing?
Quietly sobbing. You know what I mean, man?
I mean, if you want to make a perception check, you can go ahead and do that.
Did the cape of
Mount Black.
Mount Bonk, did it require attunement?
No, it does not.
Okay, the golden brooch does, so I want to do
Yes.
that.
Okay, sounds good.
Halil didn't share any of the magical items. Rough deal. Didn't even give Kane the +1 daggers.
You mean Fallon?
Fallon.
Again,
Damn
you
it,
keep saying
why-
hello.
Why are you
Fucker.
accusing me? I'm like,
I
I'm
would
magical
appreciate some good
items.
+1
I
daggers,
haven't
though.
I haven't given out all the goodies yet. I'm sorry. It didn't happen immediately.
I went and found Hill immediately.
For what it's worth,
I'm just
if you ever decide that you want to like divvy up items differently in between sessions, that's totally fine. Just make sure I know. So yeah, that's all good. And yeah, I think that handles it. So you do all go to sleep. Kane silently weeps, but nobody cares.
Quietly weeps.
You know what?
Fallon delivers to you while you're crying. I say, hey.
Well, you
Uh,
don't hear him, as far as I can tell.
because he's quietly weeping.
Yeah, unless you want
You
to roll a
didn't make
perception check.
I'll roll a perception check.
Yeah. And I'm checking something. Okay. Nope, you don't hear it. That being said,
A 12?
nope, not a 12. Because you're quietly weeping. You're in a different spot
Well,
in the room.
well, not that quiet, man. Like,
Oh,
are we in the same
not that
bunk?
quiet? Okay, Fallon, you totally hear him.
Like,
You totally hear him.
I'm
I'll
not
Kane.
thinking of hiding
DC
it.
for his own weeping.
Kane. Kane.
Huh? What?
Use your crying voice.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh god. This is awkward. I seem to have brought you some things, and I hand him the magic rapier and the special arrows.
Well, thanks. You know, how magical is the rapier?
For what it's worth, the magical rapier is exactly the same as the one you already have. The magical daggers would be useful. Although, I think Fallon might want those.
I might.
I mean, I guess I could use this to help fund the group's adventures. But if arrows would be very useful to me.
I mean, in fairness, Kane, you would recognize that an extra +1 rapier would sell for a good bit of money. So Fallon giving it to you is a good thing.
Thanks, man.
Did I get the initial unappreciativeness or just the part at the
Well, I
end?
was trying to be appreciative while also telling you that I have a rapier like that. So, you know, like when you get two of the same presents, and like you try and tell the person like I already got one of these though, but thanks, I love it, but I got it.
Yeah, that's a rude thing to do. Yeah.
I mean, okay, I get. I'll sell my other rapier and use the one you gave me.
That being said, Kane, you totally have 2 +1 rapiers right now.
And special arrows you didn't have before.
Yeah, and 10 +1 arrows. That's a nice thing.
So I can dual wield these rapiers.
Yeah, you potentially could. Not currently, but you potentially could.
I can't. We discussed this already.
Well, no, there's a feat. Like if you wanted the standard feat, I gave you a different option if you were interested in the option. Anyways, yeah. So, but go ahead and mark that down. Anything else here?
Before I go to bed, I start trying to see if I can fasten that new cape around Gamork in sort of a harness.
The cloak of the mountain-back?
Yeah, you know what? Let's see how well this holds up. What do I want to make this? Give me give me an animal handling check. You do a serviceable job of wrapping it around Gamork, similar to what you did before. It looks pretty darn awkward. You have a little bit of a concern that if he were to do anything particularly strenuous, it might not hold up. But for just normal walking around, he's sort of styling. He's a wolf. He's giving off a faint brimstone odor. That's kind of badass.
So I say, I telepathically tell him, give it a shot. All right, try it out.
Wait, let me get it. Okay. Trying to think. It actually lets it cast a spell. I'm just trying to think. Can a beast companion do that? Okay, so it doesn't require you to be a spellcaster.
I will tell you that in the Pathfinder days, this is what broke the companion feat, because you give them a wand and just have them use an extra fireball on every turn.
Yeah, I am going to say that a wolf.
But a teleporting wolf would be pretty sweet too.
Yeah. That being said, I am going to say that a wolf companion, number one, cannot properly wear a cloak, and number two, is not at the cognitive level to activate it properly. So Gamork sort of looks up at you and blinks and gives a bit of a toothy smile.
Question, and I don't know if you're just if you're really just trying to kibosh the idea. That's fine.
I am.
Tell me now.
I am.
Okay. Okay. I thought I had a workaround, so that's fine. I say, fine, give it back then.
Wait,
And
You know that you and him can go together, right? With
That is
Dimension
true.
Door?
I know, but like my workaround was going to be like if I needed to like touch the cloak so that so that it would make it work for him. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess I can. Oh, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll think about it, but for now, at least, I'm putting the kibosh on it.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. All good for bed?
Yep.
Okay, because I had one thing that I was looking to get to, and I think we have enough time for me to go ahead and slip it in. So, you all go to bed. And Alistair, as you sleep, you find yourself standing on a cliff jutting out into the sea. Waves crash into the rock, and in the distance you see ice floes bobbing as the sea thrums beneath them. You turn away from the sea, and you notice a wooden door behind you and to one side, just sort of standing there, not attached to a building.
I pull out my wand of secrets and I point it at the door.
Well, before you can think better of it,
Damn.
you open the door and step through it. And you fall. This is a dream. Sometimes you consciously control your dreams and sometimes not. You lose track of time as you tumble down, but at last your feet strike the ground and the earth seems to heave beneath you, rocking back and forth. But it stops and you feel vaguely nauseous. But you're standing on a cliff face like the one you were on before, but larger, much larger. The colors are more vibrant. The ocean is emerald and sapphire and violet, and the sun is refracting off the ice. The rhythm of the waves is slowed dramatically, as if time itself has grown lethargic. And then, seemingly from the air in front of you, a young man strides into focus. His lithe frame gives him the appearance of height, even though he's no taller than you. The sun glimmers from his silver hair, and his violet eyes bore into yours. He wears a cocksure smile, and his gaze moves from a point past you and settles on you, and you watch him visibly relax as this happens. Finally, he says, I've been trying to get through, and here I finally managed it. He extends his arm, his left arm, incidentally, with an easy grin, and he says, nice to meet you, Alistair. Name's Basil.
Can I control things now?
Yes.
It was a cocksure smile, Fallon. Just wanted to make Fallon laugh again. It's creepy with the muted on. I guess I'll extend my hand to shake his as well.
And you do, and you actually reach up your left arm, and to your surprise, you realize that maybe it's because it's a dream, but your left arm is
Two
totally
hands.
functional.
What's up, yo?
I was hoping both of them had a bad arm.
And
And we could never shake hands; it'd just be awkward. Like,
yeah,
I can't figure this out.
you shake hands, and he sort of grins. And then he says, come here, Alistair. Let me show you something. Do you follow him?
Sure, Basil. Let's go.
You turn from the cliff and you walk towards the forest. From your distance, the trees still seem kind of huge, to be honest. But then as you get close, you realize that they actually are huge. Or perhaps, and Basil sees the look on your face and says, "Yep, welcome to my perspective." So the trees appear to be about 3 times taller than you would normally expect. But looking around, you realize that it's probably because you are about 3 times shorter.
Basil made me tiny. Oh, well, this is definitely new.
Yep. All you humans, you see everything so small and you think life goes by so fast. And you watch as a squirrel, which comes up to about your knee, plods by, and its hops seem slow and deliberate, actually. And he says, "What you don't realize is that when you live in the moment and savor every experience, time has a way of slowing back down again."
That sounds like the words of the great poet Leanne Womack.
I'm not familiar. What
She's
did
a
they say?
gnome. She works out of alum. She's newer on the scene.
Okay. Anything I should know about her?
No, she just says nice things sometimes.
Fair enough.
Taking in beauty and whatnot. Spending time to, dance or
Indeed. I think I might like this person. Well,
can I ask you, Basil, where we are?
we're in your dream.
Okay.
But if you're asking where I'm showing you, then, well, welcome to my home, or at least what used to be my home. Been put on a bit of a new errand recently. And with this, you have a mental impression. You remember some time ago.
The guy on the airship?
No, actually.
Oh, no.
Not that.
All right.
Back in a room in, what's the name of the city? I think it was it Merez? Is that where you met with Let's Sierra? I forget. Or was it Unisa?
No.
I think it was Unisa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds better.
Yep. You remember a room back in Unisa in Let's Sierra's home? You remember opening a rather strange box. I actually,
Box.
to be honest, forget slightly what it looked like. And you
It was
remember,
big, a really big box.
yeah. And you remember a silver streak that rushed towards you when you did that. And you don't remember much after that point, but this memory comes back to mind as you look at it.
Huh. Was I supposed to take you somewhere?
Well, truth is, I'm fairly constrained in what I can say at the moment, but you may already be doing that.
That's definitely a mighty confusing way to say that.
Unfortunately, I think I'm limited to riddles at the moment. Suffice to say, just know that I'm here and I'm a friend. And,
Okay, Basil.
and the most that I can say about the rest of it is look for an opportunity to face what else you carry inside of you.
I suppose I will try to do that.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I think we're out of time. And even as he says that, you feel a violent lurch, and you feel the air rush past you as you spin back upward. You bolt upright from your hammock, and you heave a few labored breaths. You reach for the flask of water by your bed, and steadying yourself, you take a few drinks. And then you set the flask back down with your left hand. And no sooner do you realize what you're doing than you feel the strength drain from your arm.
Oh. I try very hard to move my left hand again to pick the flask back up.
And you find it just as lame as it's been.
That's not very nice at all. Is it like still like dark? Is everyone else asleep?
Yeah, everyone else is asleep at the moment. You imagine it may have been.
I look around to see if there's any signs that Fallon was smoking gnome salts near me.
And you see him nodded off in his bunk at this point. And with that, oh, go ahead.
So I guess I just roll back over and go to sleep.
All right. So with that, we are going to end. You do all gain at this point, level 6.
Hey.
Oh, snap.
I finally remembered to announce it at the actual end of the session for once. So between now and next week, you can go ahead and level up.
Oh, baby, I get fun new things now.
Ow, ow, ow.
All right. So if anybody's out there watching, either now, oh wow, there's actually chat going on.
Whoa.
Either
Hello,
on
chat.
Twitch or on YouTube.
What?
Thank you
Chat.
for watching. Hope you've enjoyed.
Sorry I wasn't in the chat.
Shopping episode, but other things happen too. So have a
Shopping
good night, stream.
time.
I get magic fists now that I have a another magic weapon.
It's a +3 quarterstaff.
It's a +3 quarterstaff. Good night, stream.